Guys, it's Meredith with Pop Vintage and Home. Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I am excited to share a new project with you. This is a project I've had in mind for a couple of weeks and I just got started on it Friday night. I am making a journal for my son's fifth grade teacher. I'm going to show you the pages I've pulled and cut for it and some of the ephemera and other materials I've selected. And I'm going to want to get your advice on it. So let me make some room here and we'll start going through the journal. So the journal cover is an old Reader's Digest. I haven't decided if I'm going to use the existing spine and just cover it with fabric or if I'm going to create a new spine. I'm not sure. I think in the interest of expediency, I'd like to use this existing spine if I can and then just cover it with some pretty fabric. We'll see. Right now, with the signatures and pages I've picked, this spine should work. However, I'm really kind of underwhelmed with the pages I've picked and how they're looking together. And I might need to create a third signature, and I'd love everyone's input on this. So let me show you the pages, and I'll explain why I'm just feeling kind of underwhelmed by them. First thing is, I love the inside cover, front and back cover of this book. I love this bright royal blue. So I'm going to keep this, and what I'm going to do is just create a double pocket here and here. So this is the first signature, and each signature is 14 pages, or 14 sheets of paper for, I think, 28 total pages. So this is the first signature, and I love this paper. This came from an Echo Park paper company back to school paper pack, and I just love the colorful stripes. And I love this print that's on the other side. I think it's so cute. Gosh, I guess what I should have done was expanded all the pages. So this next page is a really sweet coloring book page, vintage coloring book page, and this is the other side. And then I have half of a map of the United States from a very, very old elementary school student geography book. I got this at a flea market a year or 2 years ago. This is just yellow copy paper, plain yellow copy paper. I took a lunch bag to make, a pocket. This came from a vintage children's book. It's about state government. My son's fifth grade class, they're learning about state government right now, so I figured I'd put that in there. This is just a beautiful page from a vintage children's reader. And this is from a vintage notepad. More just plain red copy paper. A page from a children's dictionary. And this was from a teacher's grade book. And you guys have seen these before. I've sent some of these out in Happy Mail. I picked up a bunch of these grade books at an estate sale. Gosh, I can't remember if it was this past summer or last fall. A music page. This was from someone's science notebook, really, really old, you can tell. And I got this at an estate sale in the spring. And then this is the center page in the signature. It's from one of those How and Why, vintage How and Why books. And this is going to be the page for the center of the signature because it's such a beautiful illustration. So I may just flip through this the way one would flip through it in the book. And maybe it just feels underwhelming because everything is unembellished right now. But I think it's underwhelming for other reasons. I just don't have the vision for how this is going to come together as a really dynamic, interactive junk journal with, you know, the experience I want to have when I flip through one of my junk journals and when someone flips through one of my junk journals. I just want them to be delighted by every single page. And there are makers who are so good at doing this, you know, like making every page a surprise, every page delightful, every page there's some interactive or novel element on it. And I just don't have the vision for these pages yet. And I have a lot of pages where I really don't know what to do with them. I mean, I don't want to do anything on this page because I don't want to cover up the illustration. This is easy because I can do pockets and tucks and things. But again, like this is such a beautiful, unique page from an antique textbook. I don't want to do anything with it. The copy paper, I've got to figure something out here. Maybe I'll double it up and do like a top loading full page pocket. I could do that. This will need some kind of decoration. Maybe one of these little girls that I fussy cut last night. This state government page here, I can do a small bottom pocket here, and that way I don't cover up any of the text because I can see a teacher wanting to read this. And I can do the same thing here. This again, such a beautiful, colorful page. I don't want to cover it. This I'll leave as is for writing space. Maybe I'll do a side pocket here, a small side pocket here. And again, this copy paper, not really sure what to do here. And this dictionary page, it's great to have a dictionary page in kind of a school-themed journal, but I just don't know what to do with it. It's a boring page. It's kind of a boring page to look at. So I haven't figured out what to do here. And this I definitely don't want to cover up. But there's this blank page here. What I might do another side pocket, or maybe I'll do like an inside side pocket. I don't know. This I don't want to cover up because we live near Bennington. This I don't want to cover up because it's just so novel. And I don't want to cover up this illustration, nor this illustration. So this is going to require some thought. Now for the second signature. Again, this is the Echo Park Paper Company back to school paper. I just love it. I think it's adorable. Pardon my sniffles. My allergies have been awful since September. And I'm going to do I guess I'll do a side pocket here. More music paper. And the other half of the map of the United States. And this is turquoise blue copy paper. This is from a German children's book. And this is the grade book paper. And this is just these are wonderful vintage math exercises. Tracy at Tracing Dreams sent these to me in Happy Mail. I have a lot of stuff from Happy Mails that I'm going to put in these journals. This is from that tablet, that notepad. This is Boot Hill from Dodge City, Kansas. Green copy paper. This is an envelope that I'll make like a floating side pocket. This is a dictionary page, and it has teachable, teaching on it. And then this is from, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm struggling here with my fingers. This is from one of those How and Why, a book on math. Beautiful, beautiful pages. And this is another page from the vintage notebook on science. This was from like a children's encyclopedia. And this was from, I think, a How and Why book on plants. And so with this signature, same issue as the first one. I just don't have the vision for how to make some of the boring pages, like the dictionary pages, how to bring them to life and make them delight the person who's going to be receiving the junk journal. The other classic Meredith thing that I did on this junk journal is I measured what size I was going to need to cut the pages. And this one came out right. This one came out about 1/4 inch too tall. So look at this. This is just like classic Meredith. I just can't. I always mess something up, but at least this is easy to fix. I'd rather cut something too big than too small. So I'll have to trim off 1/4 inch of every page in the second signature. So anyway, I would love your thoughts on ideas for how I can make these signatures more dynamic and delightful. So as for ephemera, I fussy cut these adorable sewing pattern girls last night. Now what I did, I made a color copy of the sewing pattern and cut them out of the copy paper. I have these flashcards, these wonderful flashcards, vintage flashcards that I picked up at an estate sale. So I'll include some of those, and I might embellish some. This was one of the vintage textbooks that I took a page from. This is that wonderful, I got a page from this book. So I guess it wasn't How and Why, it was Golden Library of Knowledge. And then I've got this envelope, Dollar Tree envelope, that I have filled up with ephemera that I'll put in. So I've got from the Game of Careers an opportunity card about going to college. Chemist Clyde from my deck of old maid cards. A library card, pocket and faux library card. A little sticker. I've got some Project Life cards that people have sent me in Happy Mail. I think these came from Tracy at Tracing Dreams. One of the flashcards. Another Project Life card. And oops, this is just something I cut from a vintage magazine. It's a little boy being bad in school with the slingshot. And this I got sent in Happy Mail, and I can't remember if it came from Tracy or Meg at Chasing Retro. But it's perfect. I can't wait to use this. And that is my cat. I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is playing soccer with a ping pong ball. So what else do I have in here? I've got some offcuts, and I've got an envelope. Well, this is something I can do. I can use this envelope. Oops. It's sealed. But I could use this to do like a fold out, fly out thing. Another envelope. Some of my offcuts, and then another wonderful page from a antique, beyond vintage, an antique geography book. I hope you guys can see that okay. It looks blurry to me, but it might just be that I need reading glasses. This illustration, I was thinking I could make a, it's probably going to be too big for a pocket for this journal, but I can turn it into a journaling card. It's a great illustration of a classroom, and it actually came from this Reader's Digest book. Gotta have some Peanuts cartoons. So cute. These are really early ones. These wonderful world scrambles. This is from an old Jeopardy game. I don't know what I'll do with this. I'm gonna make ephemera out of it. Maybe I'll use it as the basis of a tag. This is from that German children's book. This would make a wonderful pocket because of the shape. This is from one of those Jack and Jill children's magazines. I don't know what I'll do with this. I might just put it in a pocket. Again, this is from one of those vintage children's magazines. This is too. These are things I pulled. I don't know if I'll end up using everything. But I pulled them. This, again, I can turn this into a great little journaling card. That's what I've got. I feel like I should have so much more stuff in my stash. I think I've not done the best job going through my stash. I might have to take a second look. So that's what I've started. Got to give this more thought. And in the meantime, I'm finishing up another project that I'm very excited to show you. Not today, not right now, but when it's finally done, which could be another couple weeks. But it's a flower junk journal that I'm making for a friend. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. It's very pretty, very embellished, but I just don't, as excited as I am to share it with you, I just want to wait till it is like 99% done. And at this point, it's maybe like 85 to 90% done. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be able to share that with you. So I'm going to wrap up this video. We've been going on 20 minutes. I've been carrying on 20 minutes. I will make a separate video with my small Hobby Lobby and Ollie's haul. Please, please, please let me know in the comments what you think, what I could do to make this more interesting, dynamic, surprising, delightful, joyful. I need help. I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. I appreciate you spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.